Hi everyone, it's Miranda. Alright, so I am going to do kind of a get rid of you with me, but a different type of video. So I was laying in my bed last night trying to go to sleep, which obviously wasn't working, and was kind of like, I don't know why this came to mind, but I was thinking about all of these subscription beauty boxes that I get, and that we all get. We get, the little sample size products of this, that, and the other, and you ever wonder if the people, okay, you're watching people unbox them every month, you watch it every single month, and you ever wonder if they're actually using those products and what they do with them and what they think of them? Well, this month I got 5 beauty boxes. Normally I get 3, but I got 5 this month. It was a big beauty box month for me. So I was lying there and decided that I would try to do this at the end of each month, where I would sit down and put to use all of the makeup products that I can use from each box, so, well, I don't know what we're going to call it, like an end of the month beauty box recap, I don't know, or use the products, I'm not sure, but I figured we would get started. Alright, so my face is already primed and I've got my eyebrows done since I did not get any brow products this month. And sorry about the weird lighting. I mean, I'm in my bedroom and I don't have a good lighting situation in here that isn't going to give a glare. If I leave the overhead light on, then I get the glare up above. But I tried turning it off and checking, and then my front lights actually make my face look really, really washed out. So we're going to have to suffer with the overhead. So we'll start with obviously we'll start with the face and we'll work our way through. I do know that I got 3 lip products this month, so we'll use 1. And I got 2 eyeliners and I'm not real sure about either one of them, but we'll give her a go. So let's start with, I believe, Ipsy. This month I got a Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and this is in the shade Y225. So we'll give this a go and we'll see how it works. I really need to get some new beauty sponges because I don't have any other ones right now, and all I've got is these e.l.f. ones, and I'm not 100% certain what I think of these. Okay, doing it that way is absorbing more of the product than I think I'm actually needing, so that's why I don't use these that often, especially with liquid, because they soak up the product. That in this one needs to be cleaned really bad. I kind of had this thought where if I used it enough, like I wash it and everything, but if I use it enough, eventually it'll stop soaking in product. And for the most part it has. It's not as bad as it was. But we'll see. And my under eye circles, I don't know if you can tell with all the weird lighting, but oh my goodness, they're awful this month, or today. I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't know if it's because I'm slightly dehydrated or if I'm not sleeping right or what's going on. Or a combination of all of the above, which is possible. Alright, now we'll just kind of pull it down, blend it down the neck so we don't have that harsh line. Alright, and then in Birchbox this month, I got the Balance Me Tinted Wonder Eye Cream. So it's complexion perfection with light reflecting particles. So we're going to use this as an under eye concealer, or at least try to, and see how it does. I have not used this at all except for that quick little swatch when I got it, and seriously, there's like nothing in these. There's really not. I really feel like we're being gypped. Alright, now let's just take that smaller one and kind of tap it in. We'll see what we think. First of all, it's weird because as I'm applying it, it's kind of down here, which is whatever, but it's citrus scented, so I'm smelling orange as I'm applying this to my face. It's not bad. I don't mind the smell at all. However, I mean, can we see the shadow here? This is, I don't know. It's scented, it's weird. So I'm just going to go in with some e.l.f. concealer quick and put it to all of those fun areas, you know. Feel like the Godfather when I do that. If I hold this little Urban Decay thing right here, it blocks out some of the light without too much of it, so you get kind of a better idea. Oh, fuzzy on my eyelash. It's not bad. Honestly, I don't know if there's a whole lot I can do to get rid of those without caking makeup on, and I'm just not feeling that today. Alright, and then BoxyCharm, I don't know if you have to shake this or what, so I'm going to give it a shake. I'm going to try this Temp 2 Shimmer Bronzer. Okay, so this is the first time I'm actually applying this to my face. See? This is what happens. You get these things in beauty subscription services, and then you don't do anything with them. Alright, so let's just kind of dab it a little bit. And then we'll go back in with that little beauty sponge. And we'll see what we think. Look, I've got an alien disease, or I'm working on a Halloween costume. One of the two. And as I'm doing it, I'm kind of pulling down a little bit or pulling over to where I want it to look a little more natural so I don't get like that line. You know, I don't want a bunch of dots or lines. I want it to be kind of a natural fade into the skin. All in all, it's not bad. I kind of like it. It's very natural looking. It's kind of like I got just a little bit of sun, which is exactly what bronzer should do. Now let's pull it back to the hairline a little bit. Alright. And then I didn't get like everything for my face, obviously, so I'm just using what I've got and then filling in with what I already have. And I'm just going to continue to use that little beauty blender or beauty sponge with some Coty Airspun, and I'm just going to set my face. I'm not feeling the bake anymore, or not right now anyway. I just want to mattify a little bit and strategically place the glow or the dewiness where I want it, not where the oil wants to shine through. Alright. Now I'm just going to use a big powder brush quick and kind of do a light blend. Just so I didn't miss anything. Everything gets blended and airbrush looking and fuzzy on the end of my eyelash. Alright, so now we're going to go to eyes. Okay, so I'm going to use the IBY Trio that I got in my BoxyCharm. Now, just an FYI, I have used this once this month already. And the shimmers are gorgeous. They are. And this matte is really nice. However, the fallout is ridiculous. Just putting your brush in there and kind of swirling a little bit, you get so much powder in there. It's unseen. It's unheard of. So, and you know what? I'm going to kind of do a mini review at the same time, like an actual using review. I'm going to use those new brushes that I just got. And we're just going to take that matte shade and, oh, it's so pigmented though. I mean, look at that. That's so dark. Like I said in the review of these brushes, this round one seems to be a bit big to do a crease. However, it seems it's okay for the most part because I have a really large amount of eyelid. My eyebrows are really high. And it seems like the last time I swirled too much in the powder or in the eyeshadow. Tapping seems to do a little bit better. I just need a bigger brush to buff this out because, yeah, that is insanely pigmented right there. A little bit too much. Alright, now we're just going to go into that gold shimmer. This is going to be a super, super simple eye look. Now these brushes are very, very soft. I can seriously appreciate these brushes. I'm just trying to get used to the size of it, honestly. And then going back in with that clean brush, and again, buffing and blending. Because like I said in another video, I don't do really bright, bold color looks. Now we're going to take that bigger brush that came with the bigger eye brush and very gently tap that creamy shimmer and just kind of, it's like a brow bone highlight, just like that. Because like I said, I have a lot of eyelid to play with. And then again with the clean brush, kind of blending it all together. And now I'm just going to use any flat brush I've got. This will do it. And just take that matte color just a little bit under the lid, under the lash line. Now I need to get kind of a small one and smoke that a little bit. Just actually grabbing a little bit of that cream shimmer and blending that matte right in. Okay. Let's see. I am going to do a nude waterline, and I'm just going to take a Sephora waterproof Inner Rim Gel Eyeliner in Wide Eye. It's just a nude color. So for eyeliner on the top, this is where I come into some issues, okay? I got this NYX Vivid Brights one in my Ipsy bag, but it's silver, which completely contrasts with what I've got going on, which is this gold and copper color. And then in my Target box, I got a Wet n Wild graphic marker eyeliner. Now, I don't know if you remember or not when I showed it, but it's neither one of these, like, I wouldn't use this. This is entirely too fat. I don't do a wing eyeliner simply because I'm not any good at it. I can practice all I want. I just can't seem to figure it out. And it doesn't, when I do kind of get it a little bit, I don't think it looks good on my eyes. So normally, I think not. After this, I think I'll try to use what I get, but honestly, neither one of these are products that I can use with the look I've got or with just my personal preference. So I'm actually not going to do that. I'm actually not going to do a top lid liner at all. I'm going to keep this kind of natural, very light, and we're just going to go into mascara, and I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Mascara I got. It's the Ubame Mascara, and I believe, yeah, it's the color Inked. And I'm telling you what, this brush really threw me. It really did. It's like twisted and bubbly, and it threw me. So we're just going to go in and use this quick. This brush is huge and it makes me super nervous on the bottom lid, the lower lashes. Okay, just to start off with, this eye, the second eye, actually looks a lot better than the first eye. I think it's because it was too wet going in, but that's okay. Alright, so the eyes are done. And then now we're going to go in with a little bit of contour, a little bit. I'm going to use my e.l.f. contour palette. I'm just going to use that, snap it closed. My bad. This darker color down here. And continuing on with this semi-review of my new brushes as well, I'm going to use this flat one that I said might be good for contour. And it does. My cat's outside. I could see him through the window. Not bad. And I don't typically do a nose highlight. I kind of like my nose. So we're just going to leave that. And then for bronzer, I'm going to go into my NYC bronzer. Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in the shade Sunny. And I'm just going to use that new really large brush that I just got. It's a good bronzing brush, I think. Super soft. Doesn't give a very defined bronze, which is nice. It's kind of smoothing. really love this brush for bronzer. This is way better than the one I was using before. I think this is my new bronzing brush. Very pretty. And then for blush real quick, I'm going to use my e.l.f. blush in Tickled Pink. It's kind of a peachy, pinky coral color. Pretty natural. I like it. And then highlight. You know what? Let's go back a few months to a highlight that I got in another subscription service. This is the Kadar in Fantasy. I don't know if you remember or not, but the one I actually received, I received it completely shattered, and I contacted I think it was Birchbox. I contacted Birchbox and they sent me a new one. And so we're going to use this brush in there and we're going to see how it does. I've kind of used this little highlighter thing a few times. It can be a highlighter or an eyeshadow, but I like how it's kind of a rose gold highlight. So, and then for lips, I got 3 choices. In my Ipsy, I got the Bright Red from Tease. And again, I love the packaging. Don't do red lips. From Target, I got the Chapstick Total Hydration in Merlot. And then in BoxyCharm, I got Starlooks matte lip paint in Piquant. 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 So I think this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to give this a try today. And I'm actually going to use my little mirror. Oh, it's darker than I thought. This has an interesting scent. Kind of reminds me of a cleanser. All right. And we're just going to do a quick setting, and I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray. Open my eye too soon. Oh, my eyeball. All right, so final thoughts on what we've got here today. From what I can tell, going through the stuff that I picked, that I got in my subscription service, or my subscription boxes, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation is really nice, and I would like to pick up a full size of this. This is really nice, and this is like the perfect shade for me. The Milk Makeup Mascara, kind of for me, it's a take it or leave it. It really is. The wand is huge, so it makes me super nervous on the bottom lashes, on the lower lashes. Like, I feel like I'm going to end up with it all over my face. And just in a single application, you saw me. I go from one eye to the other eye with it. And the first eye, it's too wet and clumpy. The second eye is drier and it works nicer. But I don't know. For me, it's a take it or leave it. I mean, I've got other mascaras that I like so much better. So, on the fence on that one. The Temp 2 bronzer liquid, I like it. I think it gives a very nice natural color. I'll have to work with it a little bit more, but I like it. The eyeshadows, I think they're beautiful color. I think it's missing, I think it should have been a quad. I think it's missing a darker matte brown, something to kind of deepen it up a little bit, but just using that, it's nice. Okay. The Starlooks, what is it? Starlooks lip product. It's a beautiful color. it's a little more berry than I kind of expected. I mean, I can see that it's a darker color in here, but to me, it seemed like it was going to be more dusty, you know, more of a, I don't know, a muted berry, and this is more of a bright berry than I expected. I mean, it's a pretty color, and I'll get used to it. Hasn't had a lot of dry down yet. I mean, it's drier, but it's still a bit tacky, so it'll take a little bit to fully dry down. I actually did try wearing this once before, and I messed up with it, because I do a lip balm at the beginning. Like, I put it on way before I do anything else, and then usually it soaks in enough, but I used a really heavy moisture melt on my lips that day, and it hadn't, like, soaked in enough, and I forgot to wipe off the excess. So when I put this on, this did, it was very, very streaky, and trying to layer it, you can't layer it. It does the pilling. So you get it on there the one time, and then after that, you're done. So that was my mistake. So this time I'm trying it kind of clean slate, actually. So, I mean, it doesn't, there is a slight transfer. I mean, you can barely see. There's a little bit of tint right there. So that, to me, that's drying down. And if I lick my lips, I don't feel anything there at all. Like, you don't feel any product on your lips, which is nice. So, yeah. Oh, and the brushes. I really, really enjoy these brushes. I think that the big fluffy brush is definitely going to be my go-to bronzer brush, and I think that flat sculpting brush maybe will step in as my new contour brush, because I have two other ones that I use for contouring, and they kind of, depending on the mood I'm in, but this one seems to really, really work. Oh, I know that the Manicadar highlight wasn't this month. It was a few months ago. However, can you see it? Isn't it pretty? Like, I keep catching a glimpse in it on my screen here. So, yeah, I like it. Otherwise, yeah, that's that. So why don't you let me know what you think, and also let me know if you like the idea of, like, doing this, like, beauty box recap thing at the end of every month, kind of going back in and showing the using all of the products, or most of the makeup products that I receive. And any other thoughts. And if you like this video, make sure you thumbs it up, and if you're not subscribed yet, you should subscribe, because I have all kinds of random content and it could be fun. And I will see you in the next one.